Compared to the NBA, European coaches have much more freedom in their job, screaming in players' faces, criticizing them publicly,
The main problem is that we played with Larkin with 0 points.
or even running 5-hour practices.
What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
These are just a few examples of that, but certainly only some players can endure this coaching style. Boston Celtics guard Nick Stauskas claimed that he lost his love for basketball because of his former coach Duško Ivanovic and his hardcore training methods.
Move, pass, and penetrate!
You might be wondering, what is hardcore? After Ivanovic was appointed as the new head coach of Crvena Zvezda Belgrade at the start of the 2022-23 season, some reports surfaced claiming that he held a 5-hour-long practice upon his arrival. Soon after, some players took to social media and shared how they dealt with his coaching methods in the past. Stauskas did not hold back. His ideology is backwards, in the way that if you lose, he sees it being because you didn't work hard enough and therefore you get punished by running the next day. He is the sole reason that I refuse to ever play in Europe again. Sure, Duško Ivanovic is an extreme case in modern European basketball, but there is an explanation for why he and many other coaches are this way.
You have
Funnily enough, it lies in EuroLeague slogan, every game matters. Due to the lesser amount of games and no reasons to tank, the coaches face immense pressure to win each regular season game. And since there is way less flexibility to improve the roster during the season when comparing to the NBA, often the biggest move a GM can make in Europe is firing the coach.
You're fired.
And this mentality runs not only through the front offices, but also the European fan bases, as in difficult situations, their scapegoat becomes the coach and not the team's star players. Luckily for coaches, more responsibility and pressure also comes with more freedom.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
And when the probability of being fired is that high, it's probably best to do everything in your power to prevent it. But perhaps running suicides during a 5-hour practice is a bit much.
You owe me 2,500 push-ups and 1,000 suicides.
Lengthy practices is not the only thing some players dislike in Europe. Getting screamed at by a coach is a regular thing, and while we as fans absolutely love it,
No switch! Hey, don't talk with fucking me! Don't talk! Make fucking diva! Make the fucking diva!
But they're a quality team.
What the fuck is this, man?
In your eyes, you're good guys! Fuck you, everybody! Fuck you, okay? You want me to repeat million times? Fuck you, Gigi Dotome! Okay? Shame on you!
certainly not everyone handles it well. And yes, even the team stars often get the same treatment.
What do you want, Costa? Now you ask me what to play, huh? So all the life, you wait for me! Okay, all the life! Any one of you!
I can't imagine Kevin Durant or in fact any other NBA superstar not demanding the coach to be fired after they would experience something like that. Some coaches even go further and criticize their players publicly in the post-game press conferences.
Zbog čega nema šansi? Zašto nemaju koncentraciju? Zbog čega nemaju koncentraciju? Zbog ega njihovog. Zbog ega. Možda pričamo o taktici 7 dana. Kakva taktika? Kakva taktika? Šta oni imaju sem par pojedinaca u reprezentaciji? Šta imaju oni? Šta su radili u životu? Zbog čega smo izgubili utakmicu protiv Grčke u pripremnom periodu 19 razlike? Zato što je njih petorica do 5 ujutru bilo u diskoteci. Do 5 ujutru.
When players have to put up with such backlash in the public eye, you can just imagine what might be happening behind closed doors.
You're not able to recognize this! Pass like this! Pass fucking player!
But you might be thinking, what gives these coaches such authority? The answer to that question actually relates more to the players rather than the coaches themselves. specifically to the level of talent that usually plays in European competitions. If an NBA team doesn't have a superstar, the chances of being successful are minimal.
He's done it again here in Game 2. Curry, 3, rise and fire!
But over here, in Europe, there are only a handful of players who can decide the games just with their talent alone. Hence, usually coaches come up with stricter defensive systems and rules, while simultaneously running a huge offensive playbook.
2 down flush. Whoever is guarded by Mitrolong, we're gonna give Nick the right hand means decoy, decoy, clear, 2 or 3 now, back door.
Oh, what a pass from Galantis to backdoor cut from Goodyeridge.
In general, European teams tend to run half-court sets almost every possession, while seeing isolation plays is pretty rare and usually happens at the end of the shot clock.
If he wasn't there. Oh my goodness, I mean, he just makes it.
In addition to that, the coaching staff tends to focus on each opponent in the regular season, creating game plans with specific targets they can exploit. And obviously, in the NBA, with 82 games in the regular season, is just not viable. But now, all of the above I just mentioned might be changing. As EuroLeague is seeing more and more NBA caliber players each season, I would argue that the old school style of coaching and the hardcore control of the team is now fading away. Let's take Ergin Ataman for an example.
Shane!
He is known to have simple training sessions and no lengthy playbook. Instead, Ataman gives freedom to his players on the court.
Drives into the lane, finds Beaubois, sets his feet for a 3, dived into the lane for a one-legged floater.
And this has been working so far, as Anadolu Efes Istanbul won back-to-back EuroLeague titles and is aiming for a three-peat this season. On the other hand, even some young elite European coaches like Sarunas Jasikevicius prefer the traditional style of coaching, where he controls every aspect of team's play.
Move the ball! We show you video 200 times! Move!
And again, that isn't suitable for every player, even the ones who have seen everything in Europe, such as Nicolaitis.
As a player, you want to have some freedom, especially, I'm not 20 years old, I know how to play.
So perhaps the right way to coach in Europe is somewhere in the middle. While having one of the better EuroLeague rosters ever with lesser tactics can lead to the championship, I don't believe most European teams have the privilege to achieve that without their coaches at least somewhat sticking to the traditional European methods. But let me know in the comments, do you see any of the great European coaches ever transitioning to the NBA in the near future? Thank you for watching, make sure to like the video and also subscribe for more content.